Hello everyone, here is Mattescu, and in this video, as you read from the title, I want to recommend you different bows based on your level, your playing level, and your credits. And yeah, this is gonna be like the best bows for every price range. So we have super cheap bows, mid price, high mid price, and high hand bows. And we are going to see them. These are, in my opinion, the best bows for every price range. And yeah, we'll start with the super cheap one. And the super cheap one is this one, the Strixon 11. Only 180 credits sleeve. It's really super cheap. This is for players who just started to play the game, or players who just play casually and they just want to have a pretty good bow without spending any money. They maybe only with the credits you earn via the video ads, you can afford a lot of this without any problems. So, what about this bow? This bow is, in my opinion, very consistent. You see, yeah, it's a very consistent bow. The problem is the problem is not that is not very long off the tee. This is not not terrible in my opinion. Oh, I have upper on. Well, I'm leaving them after this game. I'm playing 90% the driver, not to simulate a non-upper round. Well, and this ball is basically not bad at all. The only problem is it lacks spin, so every time you need some spin, you have to just pray. And but besides from that, it's a really solid ball in my opinion. Here, for example, we can play a punch, but the punch is rolling a lot, and this ball doesn't have enough spin, so I'm putting some backspin, and the shot will be probably good. You see, a little bit short because of the spin, but the ball just stopped in the best position for the putt. And yeah, this is a consistent ball. It's not bad at all, but is not a ball that allow you to compete at the highest level, of course. It's just a good ball for every day
Good
and
ball.
for players who doesn't want to spend any money on the game and just play casually with friends with no intention to compete. Here, for example, I struggle to reach the green. I have the apparel, so I'm probably reaching, but without apparel, I wasn't reaching. Should be like this. And when the ball reached the green, it just doesn't stop because of the lack of spin. Even if I put full backspin, it rolled 10 yards. So yeah, I recommend this ball. Yes, but not if you want to compete. Oops, missed the putt. We try a couple more shots. The distances, this is for the fairway and this is of the tee, are pretty consistent, to be honest. You have nothing to worry about the distances. However, is the lack of spin the real problem? The distance is not exceptional, but it's not as bad as it looks. Oh, I made a stupid shot. But yeah, you have to understand that it's a ball that doesn't have any spin on it, so it's quite tough. Here, for example, from the rough, I'm putting half backspin, even if I'm playing with a wedge. That's because unless I do this, the ball is not stopping.
Brilliant shot.
You're stopped on dime. So the super cheap category is, in my opinion, the Strixon 11. Very nice ball for the price of only 180 credits. You see, off the tee, even if I hit 90%, that is my drive without up arrow, I have still 200 yards to go. A little bit short of the tee. It's not the main problem, but it is, of course, a problem. The lack of spin allows you to play full backspin without any problem, because even if you play full backspin, the ball will not become unstable like other balls. You can play full backspin without any doubt. It's an easy ball for players who just started the game. Ouch, I missed the link. Distance was on point. So yeah, give it a try. If you are the player described, give it a try. Here, the last spot, I want to make it a little, this breaking like this. Bit under. Yeah, the matter is not that bad, but of course you have to. It's not slow matter, so you have to be fully focused while you shoot the ball. And now off the tee, we are in between clubs. We try this 95% 3 iron, 3 boxes. And I missed the ding by a mile.
That's in the garden spot.
I'm here. While pitching, the numbers are quite stable. I pitch full backspin with this ball because of the lack of spin. It's not stopping too early. So here 85% should be good. I missed the ding late. And the pitch was pretty good. So this is the first ball. Strixon 11. Staying on the cheap balls, we have also the Callaway 33. It is a little bit more expensive, not that much. The stats are quite better, especially on the spin. And this is, I have to say, this is a pretty good ball. And we're trying it some holes. I don't know. Okay, here. It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty similar to the previous one. A little bit better in everything and a little bit more pricey. but I feel like it's a good ball for every day. Oh, I'm on the rough. This is a good ball for every day as well. Numbers are pretty similar to the Strixon. It just stopped a little bit. It just stopped a little bit better. It has a little bit more spin, and is pretty helpful because you need it. You need every spin you can have. This should be like this. Okay, with this kind of low spin balls because the apex is so low and there are situations in which you struggle to stop the ball or to reach tough pins. However, I have to say this is another super consistent ball and it is worth 70 credits more than the Strixon. In my opinion, yes. But and because this is a ball you can start to use on real games, uh, of course, is on the low, is one of the low class ball, but is a really interesting one in my opinion. 133 should play like this, and this little bit more spin that it has is really helpful. You will see on this shot. Even if I remove some spin, the ball stops a little bit. You see? This hole is easy to stop the ball, but with 80% spin, the ball will stop. And that's really important, in my opinion.
Solid putt.
So I find this ball a little bit better than the Strixon, and I recommend it a lot if you play
Oh, you
with a
crushed it.
low budget. If you're a low budget player, this is an interesting ball to use. I used it a long time ago and really like this one. Not gonna lie. No, I don't know why I didn't remove the apparel, but 96% should be like this. It's right, yeah, happens. But whatever, it's an interesting ball. Now for the short game is the same of the Strixon. I play full backspin, and I don't care basically. The ball will not stop too soon, and it's pretty usable. Is the less spin the ball has, the better they are while pitching. It's easier to control the
Good
spin
ball.
and to hold out like I did. So yeah, this ball is for the same players of the previous category, but if they want to spend a little bit more, because in my opinion it's better nearly in everything. So why not? You can play the wedges flat and the ball will stop a little bit more. Not spin back, but stop. And yeah, kinda like it. Now we'll see the part 3. Of course, PGA is an easy course, but the quality of the ball is real, in my opinion. Here 191, 102%. Should be something like this. I play less backspin again, even if I am on a tailwind with a 5 iron, and the ball will probably kind of stopping. You see? Very nice behavior. It's a little bit different behavior uh, between the Callaway 33 and the Strixon, and I kind of prefer the Strixon. The numbers are pretty similar though, so there is no real difference in mappings. It's just it stops a little bit better. I didn't want to misthink this like this, but it is what it is. Now we finished the Callaway 33. Let's go on to the next ball. And for the next ball we have the TaylorMade 47. This is a great ball in my opinion. For this price, it's really great ball. The stats are pretty similar to the 33, but it has a little bit more spin and more distance and a good matter speed. Oh, I'm putting away the apparel. Every apparel go out. Okay, so I don't have bonus. What about this ball? Is a really incredible ball. For the price is fantastic, and more importantly, you can earn this ball for free in the showdown, because this is the showdown ball on the rookie showdown. So you spend 10 credits, you go into the third round, and you earn some free balls of TaylorMade 47. So it's pretty easy to earn free balls, and you have this like cheap ball, because it's not super cheap like the previous one, is on the cheap category, but is on another planet. Talking about how good it is. This ball allows you to play normally. It's a ball that allows you to do whatever you want in every situation. It has some spin and is super easy to control. It's a ball for everyone. I mean, it's not a ball only for expert players, but it's a ball that also expert players can use to have fun sometimes and playing something different. I use this ball for example, on the showdowns when I play them, because I don't want to spend a lot of credits in balls, and this one just to perfectly his job. And I missed the ding here, but you see the ball stops in dime, perfect distance. It's really easy to control ball, and I recommend it
Great
to
roll.
everyone who asks for a great ball for a cheap price. And you can also win them in the showdown for free, so it's a win-win when you play this ball. And you will
That's
see
a huge
it's,
drive.
it's pretty spinny as well, because right now in this situation with a tailwind and the pin protected by this hill right here, it's tough to play a normal shot. However, with this ball We can play our pitching wedge at 95% and just be sure to have a good outcome. The ball just stops and spin back. This amount of spin helps you reach tough pins like this one. So yeah, I really recommend this ball. And I think every low level players should consider this ball, and every mid-level player with who doesn't want to spend money on the game should consider this ball as well, because it's really cheap, affordable, you can win it, and is way better than
That's in the garden
you will
spot.
expect. So yeah, I think this is a really a steal for the price, and you can also remove spin like here. I'm playing with this my pitching wedge, removing a lot of spin, and I'm quite sure to be super close. You see? And it stopped in 2 yards with 35% backspin on a pitching wedge, but this is really solid ball. Like every ball without a huge amount of spin is really solid, but is also pretty pretty good. Pretty good performance here. So yeah, next time you don't know which ball you wanna play for a low price, consider this ball because it's pretty interesting. See here, 90. I'm playing my 5 iron, removing a lot of some spin like this. And even on this ball with the pin that is protected by the hill, you see, it stops in a dime. It's a really interesting ball. It lacks distance, of course, but it's also very cheap. So I think is worth a try. So here let's finish the TaylorMade 47, and to finish it, the TaylorMade 47 is plays the same mappings as the Bridgestone 52. I think they have the same mappings, or at least pretty similar. So if you play the Bridgestone 52 and you finish the balls and you can't afford the price, just give a try to the TaylorMade 47. You will find yourself good, except maybe for the Mather. Is really, really a good ball. See ya into the next ball, into the mid-price category. I forgot to mention in the cheap category, along with the 47, we have the Volvic 51. Only 25 credits more, little bit more distance, and plays pretty much the same. This is another really underrated ball. The downside is that you can't win this in the showdown. So I recommend the 47 only because of this, because you win it in the showdown. If you don't play the showdown, you can also try this one. It's really, really good. And it's particularly good, I have to say, along with the 85 irons, this set right here. So if you are low level player and you have this set, give a try with this ball because it's crazy. crazy. Now, onto the mid level, we have to talk a little bit about it. We have three balls here that I recommend, and these three balls are incredible. First ball is the TaylorMade 61. Second ball is the Titleist 40. And the third ball is the TaylorMade 81. These three balls, 1, 2, and 3, are fantastic balls. They are super cheap and incredibly good. The TaylorMade 61 is basically the same ball. Is the same. The Titleist 40 and the TaylorMade 61 are basically the same. Which is the difference? The TaylorMade 61 is cheaper. Only 500 credits instead of 650, something like this. The Titleist should be 650. 675, yeah. So the TaylorMade 61 is cheaper, but there is a but. You can win the Titleist 40 in the second round of the showdown that closed right now, so I can't see the prizes, but with the veteran showdown you can win the Titleist 40. So it's the same concept I told about the TaylorMade 47. You can earn a lot of this one for free. So they play the same, they are super consistent balls. These are the balls used by the greatest player on WGT, F Magnets, and they are very good. These are balls that you can use at all levels, and for 500 credits you get a ball you can win everything everywhere without any problems. So this is a really interesting ball. These two are really interesting balls. I played the Titleist, but the TaylorMade 61 is really the same. And this is the first option for
Good ball.
the mid-pricey ball. They have to say this is a way to go for every players who don't want to spend a lot of credits. Players on all levels. And these are balls fantastic to earn a lot of credits because you can enter a lot of tournaments, play, and if you do top 10 in a Radigo you win always credits because they're super cheap. So basically it's a win-win with this ball. You don't spend anything, it's really easy to use ball. You can play full backspin without any problems, you can remove spin. It's a ball that everyone can understand pretty easily and is fantastic. I'm talking about this ball, but of course is referred also to the TaylorMade 61. They are the same. And they are the best balls to make credits, along with the other one in the mid price category, because they are super cheap for the for how much good they are. So I recommend this ball really to every player to give at least a try, because I'm not putting spin, because they are fantastic. 95% full backspin. The ball will roll and be super close. It's just super consistent, and you can what I missed, and you play good in every situation with this ball. You just have a super competitive ball for 500 credits. This is something really interesting for the free-to-play players, and for everyone. I mean, because even if you spend dollars on credits, if you're not a super expert players, the high spin balls are really tough to control and really tough to understand. Way tougher than this one. This is a super easy ball to understand as well. So if you are a low level player, intermediate level player, try this ball. Even, I mean, of course, it's the ball played by the best player in the game, so he's a fantastic ball for everyone, also high level players, high skilled players. But I'm referring more to the intermediate level players who uses like the Callaway 97 or other high spin balls worth 1600 credits a sleeve, and this ball probably just fit better for them because it's much easier to control. So yeah, in my opinion, give it a try because you will love it. Oh. And now we are here with the next ball, the TaylorMade 81. Basically, this ball is fantastic. I love it. You can't win it in the showdown, but you can win this one that is identical in the showdown royale. This ball is only 550 credits and is a top tier ball. Everything I said for the TaylorMade 61 and Titleist 40 is valuable also for this ball. It's top tier ball used by top players, and you can just play really good in every course. I mean, on every course is a super consistent ball, super valuable, good distance, good spin, super easy to use. This ball is super easy to use. I used this ball a lot back in the days. It was my favorite ball for a while.
That's a huge drive.
And it's the ball that I used when I learned how to play this game. And is, in my opinion, the best ball for price and the best ball in general for all intermediate players, all high intermediate players who doesn't want to spend credits, for low level players who want to spend a little bit more than for TaylorMade 47. This ball is just fantastic. And yeah, is a top tier ball, so it has really not a lot to invite to the ball we will see next. And this pretty much fantastic. Is in my opinion very underrated
Solid
these
putt.
days because it's a ball everyone can play and can play really effectively. If you are not a super high level player, don't use the 97 Callaway, use the TaylorMade 81.
That's a huge
Is
drive.
a ball that I really loved for a long time, and is the ball we recommend in our club. In Victoria, we recommend to every new player to use the 81 balls. And we have a reason to recommend this ball, and that's because it is the best ball for price in the whole game, probably. Of course, it's really similar to the TaylorMade 61. Cost a little bit more, 50 credits, but it's not that much. In my opinion, it's a little bit more consistent. It gives a little bit more distance of the tee, all things that can be useful. There is not a big difference, of course, but can be useful. So for every player who hasn't already tried this ball, give it a try. It's way better than you expect. You see, super consistent, super good. And the what I'm claiming is that it's also super easy to use. Like, you give this ball with a good spreadsheet to a noob, and he can make the scores because it's just so easy. You have to just you can play full backspin without any risk, any problem, and this really consistent. Yeah, is the ball I recommend for every intermediate player. Of course, it's not as cheap as the cheap tire ball, but you will notice the difference because a TaylorMade 47 doesn't allow you to compete. The TaylorMade 81 for 150 credits more allows you to compete at every level. You can play the Ready Go 1000 credits without any problem with this ball. Or with the TaylorMade 61, of course, or the title is 40. So yeah, I have to say, guys, give it a try because it's a fantastic ball. And you can play with less backspin, you can play with full backspin underpowered. Every shot is on point with this ball. These are the numbers, and yeah, yes, I've said enough probably to convince you to give it a try, but really, guys, is better than you will expect. This and the title is 40 or the TaylorMade 61. You see, super easy, super close every time.
Solid putt.
Now let's go into the next bowl. And then we are into the eye level bowls. And the first one I want to talk about is the TaylorMade 93. Is my favorite bowl. And it's simply amazing. 75 705 50 credits. It's quite pricey, not too much though. Stats are insane, very well balanced too, and this a fantastic ball. Here we are talking about balls that are top level in every situation. So the first one is the TaylorMade 93, and the other one I don't have in the equipment, so I'm not trying it, but is the Titleist 87. Another great ball, a little bit more pricey, a little bit better potentially but I prefer the tailor-made personally. What we can say about these two balls? Uh, the point is the same. Are balls that were top tier before the Callaway 97. Uh, Incredible balls allows you to be competitive in every situation, every course, and are just not that pricey and top balls for top players. However, there is a big however, and there are two major issues. The first one is that the level 97 ball exists, and the stats are insane, and these two balls are not anymore the top tier ball, even if are still super competitive. And the second thing is that if you are not a very experienced player or an intermediate to high level player who wants to become better, I wouldn't recommend these two balls because are way tougher to use in comparison to the previous one, to the 81 and to the 61 and to the Titleist 40. So these balls are have way more potential, but are also way tougher to use. So I'm recommending them. Yes, yes, but not to everyone. And there is the of course the other side is that you can reach every pin. These are ice spin balls where you can do basically what you want. Which are the difficulties of these balls? Basically, we have two major issues. I want to play the back nine. The first issue is that sometimes you have too much spin, and with too much spin, the ball, once it touches the green, tends to roll back a little bit if you put too much spin on it. The second problem is that when you
That's a
play with
huge
high
drive.
spin and high power, you have super high apex. That is a good thing, but makes the ball become a little bit unstable, makes the shot really a little bit less forgiving if you miss the ding, and it took more wind, so you have to adjust also the lateral aiming. It's not that easy. However, in my opinion, these bowlers are fantastic, simply fantastic, both. I love the 93. Now I will show you what I'm talking about. Here on this shot, 140 yards, I'm playing the 9 iron with this spin, and the ball will stop. That's the main difference. So I took my lateral aiming. Oh, I missed the ding. But you see, I mean, with that major miss ding, the ball stopped. It bounced a little bit bad. I missed the ding too much. I want to restart this round because I want to show you this shot a little bit in a better way. I had 15 feet of elevation. Okay, now after I got interrupted, I can finally play around with the 93 balls.
Oh, you crushed it.
And you will see what I was talking about.
That's a huge
This ball
drive.
has such an high potential. And yeah, it's pretty different to the previous one because in courses like chambers where you have huge elevations, it allows you to play easily for the birdie in every shots, in every shot. For example, here it's pretty simple, standard 7-iron. You have to play with the backspin. But if you understand how the spin works on these balls, you will be okay. And you have to choose always the right
Solid
spin, the
putt.
right apex. You need a little bit more course knowledge to unlock all the potential these balls have. If you do it,
That's a huge
you'll
drive.
be immediately a way better player and you'll become probably an high level player, high skilled players. What the difference between an high skilled players and an high skilled player and a low skilled player is the ability to play and to understand the shots and the spin. And with these balls, this is way more important than with the previous one that are more simple to use. This ball you have to understand the spin, the roll, etc. etc. You see, this shot was impossible with an 81 because you have uphill elevation with an in between number with an heel before the pin, and even if all of this was making the shot really tough, with the right spin I put it pretty close and with a good chance for the birdie. Here another example. With this ball, in this situation, we can use the amount of spin to try to stop in some way our ball. This is something we can't do with the previous 81 balls. We should play for some rolling. Probably with this ball we still don't have enough spin to stop this one. With the 97 would be a whole different story. We can try it though. Probably the best shot is to go up and down, because this ball, the only problem of this ball is the existence of the 97. This shot was impossible with every other ball with this tailwind. So I'm going up and down. The ball stopped and didn't throw down. Quite a strange bounce. Now I show you how to play this putt. Should I right here? Okay. So we play 59 minus 3.4. 35. Okay. Oof. Nice putt. The ball rolled up and down. That's how to play this putt. Little bit of a trick when you are in trouble. Here you can also use another trick. Playing should be here. Full topspin. To gain some
Good
yards.
call.
little tricks on chambers. In this situation, we have a huge headwind, and we should play our 3-arm, giving some yards. And we do it without any problem. The ball will stop without any problem. You see, the ball is also short, probably. No, it's a little bit long, but 1 yard roll. It stopped in a dime. That's the point of this ball, you see. And the other point is, as you can see, I'm making a lot more thoughts about my shot while I play. And that's because this ball is, you need a little bit more reasoning before shooting. You need to use your head a little bit more. Straight. But the result will be really good. I think it's like this. Seems to be something like this. Okay. So these are the balls I recommend. Take a little bit of time to talk about the thing I forgot to talk about. And that's about the short games. So with the previous ball, you could play without any problem with full backspin. And the ball will roll with the pitch if you try to hole out. With this ball, if you try to hole out from the fairway or from the fringe, I would avoid the full backspin. I play like 75% backspin, and that's all. And uh, for every range of price, so we are doing here a little bit of of diagram. We have this one, this one, okay. So I would say here we are in cheap balls. We have the Srixon 11 at 180 credits. Okay. Then we have the Callaway 33 at 250. These are the cheap balls. Super cheap. Here we are in the kinda cheap. Oh. Kinda cheap balls. And here we have the TaylorMade 47 for 400, plus the fact that you win in the showdown, so 400 plus showdown. And here we have the Volvic 51 for 25, no showdown, but a little bit better probably. So going to the mid price, here we have the TaylorMade 61 that are 500. The title list 40 that are 675, but you can win it in the showdown, and the tailor-made 81 that are 550. All very good ball. This is for intermediate player, my recommendation for every intermediate player. This for new players, especially for new players. Okay, this and this. So this is new players slash intermediate who doesn't want to spend a lot. Okay, so here these three are all the best for... No, this color is not good color. Okay, these are intermediate to good players. Who doesn't want to spend a lot? And you can use it at whole level. You will be a little bit the underdog, probably, but you can use at all level. Then we have... make another. Okay. We have the high price. And here we have the tailor-made 93 and the title list 87 at 975 credits. These two are basically top tier ball. So, but you should be at least good intermediate player, at least. Because these balls are too tough. And then we have the best ball, of course, the Callaway 97. I'm not talking about that ball right now because I don't recommend you. Because people who need recommendation with balls are not top players. And this ball, for its price and for how difficult it is to control, in my opinion, and this is very personal opinion, is top players only. Top players only because you have to spend too much dollars for a ball that is great. It's great, but it doesn't... I mean, it's too expensive. If you're not a super top player, 1600 is too much. And if you're a top player, you can still gain credits and play it without spending money. If you are not, you will lose your credits for sure, because you have to play only tournaments with a really good with really good with really good earnings, and it will be tough to gain credits or not to lose credits, because the point is you're gonna lose them. So these are my recommendation. Hope you enjoyed the video. These are all personal thoughts about this, and yeah, mm, this is it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have questions or you want to leave a comment, just comment down here, or if you want to text me on Discord, I will answer a little bit more than here on YouTube. So text me on Discord. My ID is Mattescu, like my WGT profile, like this. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and see you guys.